Hi everyone, my name is Eddie and today I've got set number 71836, Arc Dragon and Focus from a LEGO Ninjago theme. So, this set retails for about $149.99 on LEGO.com and it has 869 pieces. I don't know, this set gives me like a weird feeling. It brings back some kind of nostalgia from like the earlier LEGO Ninjago sets, and I don't know, I've got a lot to say about this one today and I'm really excited to have it. So, I will see you in a second when it's all built up. I just have to say, I love this set so much. It's actually a really good one. It's got some really cool builds and play features and minifigures. So the minifigures are really cool and a great selection as well. It's got a new spinner for this wave and one of the projectors, or like the things to project them. A cool side build, like a nice shrine and an amazing dragon. That's actually not as bad as I think some people like say. So I'll give you a quick look at all the details and specifically the dragon next. So the last time we saw this kind of thing was in like the Hands of Time wave with the fusion dragon, and I think when you think of when you look at this set, I think the first set you think of is the fusion dragon from that wave. But I think like this one does stuff a bit better and also very different. It's just hard to compare really. So to have a closer look at this one obviously has the two heads and the two wings, the tail, and like the split in half design with the purple and gold and like the tan and gold. But yeah, this one's really cool. I think it's not as bad as some people say. I'll obviously give you a closer look at all the details in a sec. But from like from a quick look, this set's like really good, and I don't know, I really like it. I might be a sucker for LEGO Dragons, but I think this one's really cool. But anyway, I'll show you a closer look right now. So coming closer to the Arc Dragon at focus, you can see the design's really cool. So taking a look at the head, they've got some really cool designs. The bottom jaw is like a gold, and the top jaw is like the color of their specific part of their body. So the split heads look really cool. One has the horns up and the other kind of like down. And so the purple dragon has the gold jaw, the purple head, and these really cool like light blue details everywhere with the gold accents. And behind both of their heads they have a kind of seat or saddle with one of these really cool flags. I guess that's also like another thing that gives kind of nostalgia for me for this set. Like all the old saddles used to have these really cool like big flags, and I don't know, I love that detail because the recent ones haven't been doing too much of that kind of like accessories on the saddles. And so if we take a look here, this one has more blue on it and obviously no purple. And yeah, some cool horns, and I don't know, these designs are really cool. Taking a look lower down, oh, just popped it off. But on each side they have like a blue lantern with a silver kind of frame. It has one of those kind of projection launchers over here. So if you just push the saddle forward, actually no, that's the next feature, sorry about that. So if you actually push that button, it projects one of these large kind of missiles. It's very similar to the old like Technic ones, but yeah, I'll shoot this obviously now, but it looks kind of like this. So pretty cool and powerful. And then, sorry for spoiling the one before, but if you actually push down on the saddle, it pushes the wings forward, and I think for any kid that's like really cool and really fun. Even for me, I just think it's so cool, honestly. It's just really cool. And taking a look lower along the back, obviously this side has like the purple scaling and the legs, and this side has the tan scaling, legs. Over here at the very end of the tail, it's got more kind of a purplish takeover at the end, but yeah, I think that's really cool. It's got one of those Technic things that, maybe not Technic, but it's got one of those cool tail pieces or joint pieces that actually allow the tail to wag. So like when you move dragon, it moves. It's really cool. I think it's really fun. I think some other dragons like Firstborn have had that feature, and I think it's always cool. It's a bit annoying if you want to have it on display, but for like for any kind of play, it's like really fun. And on the hind legs, it's got some more, obviously purple side, and the gold claws. And on the front legs of each side, it's got this kind of cool plastic piece to show some kind of energy burst or like even small wings. I'm not too sure. and obviously the gold claws, and on the same side, other side, it's actually the same as well, same things, just reverse collars. I think the wings are also really cool. I don't know, I think these ones are cool. I don't know, I think always, it's very different in mixed opinions when you have the two different brick built wings, or like the plastic, or like the elastic, or not elastic, like the cloth pieces. But I personally, I don't mind both as long as they look good and are good for play. I'm pretty happy. So personally, I love these. And on each of the front legs, they've got some nice. It's actually pretty cool and smart, like building used in this set, because to attach those, they use one of like the mech joints or the armor pieces, and they kind of put it in a way that it rests on top of one of the slopes, and then they just connect on the side. So it's actually really steady and looks really cool. I'm not too sure I explained that amazingly. But yeah, so it's got obviously the blue kind of spikes everywhere along the tail, back, the armor. And honestly, I get some people find specifically the back area is just a bit unfinished, or looks not as like clean, but I feel like just the standards of like Lego have obviously have increased so much. Like obviously 10 years ago today, like 2015, like this would be like amazing for the time, but as every year progresses, like obviously there's more and more like ways, updated pieces, and always a more cleaner look compared to like say Lego Ninjago sets from 2012. Like this would be like amazing for that time. And I think regardless, even if there's a bit of like exposed technique on the neck or like over here, the majority of the set is so beautiful and so clean. So it just depends. If you want like a nice play set or like a nice display piece, it's up to you. I think it does both, and from like you're not going to be necessarily displaying it from the back, so I don't think it personally like matters, but it's up to you. I think personally this set's like amazing, specifically the dragon as well. Like, but yeah, I've talked about enough about this dragon, and I will move on to the next side build in just a second. But yeah, honestly, I think this one's great. So here's the next side build for the set. I think this is obviously like not too big, but like a really great addition. So older Ninjago sets, I would say, have more kind of side build shrines or like mini kind of vehicles. Like I remember from Hands of Time Waves, like even though if there was some major vehicles in say the Dawn of Fire and Doom set, there was like that tiny jet ski for like Lloyd. And I don't know, I feel like these small additions obviously don't drive up the price so much, but make the set feel like such better value. So if it was just a dragon, I think the price would be obviously like, but the point is, I think these small side builds add a lot to every set, even if it's just something small like this. And I think this one looks really cool. So at the bottom, it's got some brown and kind of tan and grey like rock work and stairs. Over here, it's got like the chains going down from the actual main display area, and then it's got some red pillars and kind of a color theme for the villains in, at least the villain kind of, I would say, like side builds or like obviously main builds, such as I believe Thunder Thing or the other set in this March wave. So it's also got one of the collectibles. I'm not too sure if the collectibles are super obvious, but anyway, I think these clear katana pieces are actually one of the collectibles. I don't know, these are really cool. Like the recolor in this piece is really cool. I think sometimes like they honestly blow me away with the designs they pick, and I mean colors. I think yeah, these katana pieces have been recolored so many times, and I think this one looks very different. Even just it makes a piece kind of look new in a way. But regardless, it's got obviously some, maybe I would say dead kind of plant or vegetation on the side. And yeah, I think this one's cool. Definitely kind of gives an ominous vibe, and very, it gives more value to the set, honestly, I think, personally. And I'll move on to the next thing, which is actually one of my favorite parts of the set. So here it is. I cannot explain how much I love this addition to the set, and this is probably why it gives so much nostalgia for me. So it comes with one of the new spinner pieces and probably the better word to use was launcher. It gives one of the launchers for the spinners. So it has this pretty obvious feature, and then if you look at this, I'll show you the spinner up close after, but just have a look at the launcher. If you put this one in the rail and then you push that one, it spins, and this one spins really well. I think this is definitely one of the spinners that spin like so much better. And I don't know, I didn't even push it that hard and it's spinning so well, and this is definitely going to be a really fun play feature for kids. Yeah, so if we have a closer look at the spinner, it's broken up into 3 different parts. The main spinner that you attach minifigures to, and these 2 kind of attachments to customize, I guess, the look of the spinner. I think obviously the main part would stay the same. I haven't had as close a look on other sets, but yeah, I believe the part that changes is to represent the different characters. And so it gives me so much nostalgia because this is one of the pieces very similar to the old like 2011 2012 spinners for the minifigures, because I'm just trying to get a 3D figure. So if we use Wildfire, you just get Wildfire and put her in that slot, and then she clicks in so perfectly. And like in the old spinners under first wave and like the second wave of sets, you just attach the legs in kind of this same kind of design, and I know, just putting them in reminds me so much of those old spinners. It's just crazy, and I know I love these spinners so much. Gimmick sets have not always been my favorite, but personally, I think this is one of my favorite gimmicks, like out of any wave. And yeah, I think this one's really cool. I believe this is supposed to be like shutter spin or some kind of spin jutsu. In the set, it's advertised as one of the Forbidden Five's spinners, I believe, Drix. So yeah, that's pretty cool, and I think this is really cool. I've waffled on about this little gimmick for a bit now, but honestly, this one's really good, and this is also a great addition of the set and makes it much more better value, I think. So yeah, I believe I will move on to the minifigures now. So I think the most exciting part of the set for me, minifigure wise, is a new addition of a new member of the Forbidden Five. I believe this one is Zargt. I'm not too sure how to pronounce the name, but if we have a close look, he has got this really cool, I believe gold, purple, like dark green and light green torso and leg piece. Well, more specifically a skirt piece, and it's really cool. I don't know, it kind of looks like a straw hat and this kind of nunchuck. If you take off the hat, he's got this really cool purple design, yellow teeth and like red eyes, which look very ominous and scary. Yeah, and I attached the other end of the nunchuck so it doesn't like fly everywhere and get annoying. But yeah, obviously that's his weapon. I think this one's really cool. Moving on, we've got Drix. He's also another member of Forbidden Five that came out in the last wave, the January wave. And he's got also this really cool, I don't know, kind of insectoid kind of design with those like, let me see if I can zoom in, the red spikes with like the dark red detailing. And the kind of, I don't know, yellow and gold kind of eyes that kind of look like bees, like bee eyes, those kind of hive kind of, I don't know how to describe it. He's also got that Sensei Wu hat in like black, and these 2 kind of sickles, and all of the Forbidden Five have those like sand green weapons. He's got sickles, and obviously Zargt has got about nunchucks. So yeah, I think it looks really kind of fancy, not fancy, more kind of elegant, gold and black robes with a cool design, and a shoulder piece I believe was used on Lord Ra's earlier this wave, and also in the last one. And moving on to one of the generic villains. I think this one's really cool. Oh, sorry. Another reason that this probably brings back nostalgia for this set is the weapon. In 2011, 2012, and the earlier seasons and waves of the Lego Ninjago sets, they had all these sorts of kind of weapons that weren't just a one piece like a katana or like the two-piece thing, but like made up of more smaller pieces like the axe piece, the arrow piece, and like say the handle piece that has been used for so long. But yeah, that weapon's just that weapon makes me so happy to see it in a set. Yeah, I believe this Dragdonian? I'm not too sure how to pronounce it. But yeah, it's got this cool red and silver design with the gunmetal grey armor piece and kind of neck piece, and obviously the iconic dark red helmet that can connect to the other attachment. But unfortunately, I don't believe this set has the back attachment or wings, which is alright. So yeah, this one's a really cool design, I think, for a generic fill-in. So I'll put it over here. Moving on, we have Wildfire. I think, if I'm being honest, I am disappointed to see this minifigure in this set again. We've been seeing it a lot recently, and I think she could use a new design. But for what it is, this design's really cool. I think I don't know, torn up kind of looks really good. Her hairpiece looks amazing. Her iconic fire projection pieces look really cool, and I don't know, the design with the kind of, I don't know, I love the colors, and it looks really cool. For what it is, it's amazing. I do just wish we had an updated suit. And another very exciting one is actually Pixel. I believe she was exclusive to the set earlier in January, but obviously since this has come out, she's in this one as well. And I think obviously it's really cool. I love the updated design with the white, the purple, and the red, and gunmetal grey accents arms, gold armor, and the iconic silver hair that has obviously Ania's original hair, just recolored in silver. And yeah, her iconic face design. So I think, obviously, this one's really cool. And I think it's really nice to get the hairpiece again, because I believe we actually didn't get an official Pixel hairpiece since, like, rebooted up until, I think, Core. And she has been in the show for so long, and people have been using the old hairpiece. I believe some people used to color Nia's hairpiece in, like, a silver Posca pen or something. But, like, yeah, it's really cool just to see this hairpiece once again, because I know I was dying to get it from the core set, which I actually never got. So, yeah, I know. I just love seeing the piece. Even if it's not new, it's just a nice addition to see again. Moving on, we've got Kai, Lloyd, and Cole. And I think, honestly, these... I'll just try and get these on the same frame. I think these sets are really cool as well. I don't know. Looking at them one at a time, they more or less have the same outfit design, but I think my favorite one in this set's definitely Kai. I think the dark red and light red looks so cool against the gunmetal grey and gold. And yeah, I think these suits are really detailed this wave and look amazing. I love the armor piece. It reminds me so much of the Skybound piece. But yeah, I love this one. The kind of shoe printing, the belt, the leg printing, the torso printing. Not too many Ninjago minifigs have arm printing, but like I don't think they need it at all. And taking a look at Lloyd, he's got the green and dark green suit, the gunmetal grey armor piece, and gold weapons, as they all do. And he specifically has one of his iconic Lego Ninjago movie katana pieces with a tassel on it. And taking a look at Cole, he's got pretty much one of the same designs, just in different colours. Like a few like changes with a symbol and everything, but yeah, I believe, yeah, they actually all do have like one of those alternate faces, like the digi-suits in Prime Empire. So it's cool. I'm gonna just use their normal face prints, because I don't believe those would be canon to the show, as they weren't canon in the old wave with Prime Empire. But yeah, honestly, these minifigures are really cool, and most of them are amazing. And even if Wildfire is not new, she's also an amazing minifigure. So I'm really happy with inclusions, the variety, and just a nice mix-up between the villains, the kind of not sidekicks, like not the focus characters, and the focus characters like the ninja. Well, actually, they're pretty much. What I'm trying to say is they're all really cool, and I think they definitely add to the set's value. And honestly, again, another reason why I love this set so much. So yeah, after having a close look at everything, the minifigures, Sidebuilds, Dragon, and I don't know, box design and everything just made me appreciate this set even more. I personally love it, and I obviously didn't get this set given by anyone. I bought it with my money, and I think for $149.99 on Lego.com, it's a pretty decent price. Like, obviously, it could be better, it could be worse, but like, if you like this set, I would suggest picking it up, and if not, you could always like pick it up on sale or whenever you feel comfortable. But I think it's definitely a nice set. I'm not too sure if like say Zark is going to remain exclusive in like future waves, but like yeah, that's always a draw as well. He's exclusive in this set for now at least. So yeah, if you want to collect the Feminine 5, you pretty much have to get this one, or you can get it him specifically on like second hand like market like Bricklink. But that's up to you. I think personally Dragon's amazing. Definitely not as bad as some people say. The minifigs are also really cool. Like there's a good variety of the main characters, the villains, the generic villains, and just some side characters. And the spinner, obviously I had nothing bad to say about that because I love them and how much they remind me of old ones. Love Sidebuild as well. I'm not going to complain about something else to add more value. Also, the box design's amazing. Like, I think it's really cool. I just love it. I love this set so much. Obviously, the instructions with the new design from a couple of years ago haven't been obviously as cool as how they would have been like right now, but like it's not going to change. And I think yeah, like that's the only thing. This all looks really cool, and the instructions just like the new design, which isn't bad. I think they're really cool as well still. But like yeah, overall I think this set's amazing, and I don't know, I really like this one, and I think it's definitely a good purchase if you do pick it up. And yeah, honestly, I'm also really happy with how everything turned out. I wasn't disappointed, and understand the frustrations some people have with the set, but I think this one's really cool. I love it, and I'm not too sure if that's overly positive, but I mean, this is my opinion, and I personally think this is a great set. So yeah, I don't really have anything else to say, so I will see you guys next time in my next video, which is hopefully very, very soon. So I'll see you later. Bye guys.